Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the 2026 GMC Terrain AT4. As with all of my reviews, I'm going to cover all of the ins and outs and take this thing on a thorough drive. Of course, there's a whole lot of stuff to cover, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. The Terrain is positioned as GMC's entry point into the highly competitive compact SUV class. It's the mechanical cousin to the Chevrolet Equinox. The two still share much of their designs, but with this new generation, the two are more distinct than ever before, with the GMC being positioned a little more upmarket. This new Terrain makes a bold first impression, most evident by its large, more upright grille, which shares design cues with GMC's truck and SUV lineup, such as the C-shaped LED headlamps, giving the Terrain a whole new attitude. LED fog lamps are added with the AT4 and Denali. The sides and rear are similar to the Equinox, with the most notable differences being the Terrain's more narrow C-pillar graphics and different taillight design. The only carryover element that I noticed over the previous generation is the engine, which in all-wheel drive form makes the same power that it did in the previous generation. All-wheel drive models have been fitted with a new 8-speed transmission, while the entry front-wheel drive model has a new continuously variable transmission. The Terrain's platform is all new, featuring a longer wheelbase and a significantly wider track. It drives better and feels more refined than before, although powertrain performance could be better. Each trim is offered with 6 color choices and, for the first time, the option of a two-tone roof. Depending on what main color you choose, you can opt between an ebony twilight metallic or a sterling metallic roof. This gives what is essentially GMC's gateway vehicle a new level of design flair and personalization. For 2026, the Terrain lineup expands to include front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive versions of the Elevation trim, which start at $31,295 and $33,295 respectively, as well as an off-road inspired all-wheel drive AT4 trim and a luxury-focused all-wheel drive Denali trim, which start at $39,995 and $42,495 respectively. Compared to the Equinox, the Terrain does cost more. If you don't care anything about all-wheel drive, all Equinox trims are offered with the choice of front-wheel drive, unlike the Terrain. The AT4 is the most capable Terrain yet and follows a similar strategy as the Equinox Active, but with more standard and available equipment. The AT4 has an exclusive Terrain driving mode, more ground clearance, a metal underbody protection shield, animated headlamps and tail lamps, red front recovery hooks, 17-inch wheels with all-terrain tires, and of course, standard all-wheel drive with hill descent control. The AT4 also features black trim, darkened chrome, and unique bumpers, plus rocker panels and wheel arch extensions, which all give it a sportier, more purposeful look than the Elevation. My favorite additions are the amber LED side markers at the top of each wheel arch extension, a detail that's also found on other select GMC SUVs and trucks. This AT4 in particular is fitted with a bunch of optional extras, which brings the as-tested price to $43,650. The AT4's most direct competitors include the Nissan Rogue Rock Creek, Subaru Forester Wilderness, and of course the Chevrolet Equinox Active when equipped with all-wheel drive. At the end of the day, the best value in my opinion is the Rogue Rock Creek. However, if you don't care much for CVTs, that'll eliminate both the Nissan and the Subaru. The Equinox Active is noticeably cheaper than the AT4, but it's also not available with certain extras such as the panoramic sunroof. At the end of the day, there's plenty of options out there for different budgets. It just depends on what you're looking for at the end of the day. Every Terrain is fitted with alloy wheels as standard. The Elevation and AT4 both come with 17-inch wheels, although the AT4 has an off-road inspired design finished in dark android with a machined face. 19-inch wheels are available on the Elevation with either the Premium Package or the Black Edition. 19-inch wheels are standard on the Denali, with 20-inch wheels being optional. Along with the unique design, the AT4's wheels are wrapped in Meteor 235/65 all-terrain tires for better grip off pavement. Four-wheel disc brakes with single-piston calipers are standard, featuring GM's Duralife rotors. The Duralife rotors have better resistance to corrosion to increase rotor life, minimize brake pulsation, and improve aesthetic appearance. The rotors feature a corrosion-fighting process called ferritic nitrocarburizing, which can double rotor life expectancy and reduce or minimize rust. The brakes perform good with solid stopping power and a firm pedal. The front rotors are internally ventilated. 4-wheel, 4-channel, 4-sensor ABS with electronic stability control is standard. The park and brake is electronic, and the button for it is on the left side of the dash. The Terrain rides on a McPherson strut front suspension with coil springs and a direct acting stabilizer bar, and a 4-link independent rear suspension. In general use, it rides and handles nicely, but it doesn't feel particularly sporty, and there's a little wind and road noise at higher speeds, but it's nothing that I wouldn't expect from other entries in this segment. A lot of it has to do with the all-terrain tires. The chassis responds well to changes in throttle input, and body roll is kept pretty well in check in regular driving. It's very easy to drive, whether you're tooting around town, merging into traffic, or cruising the highway. This generation is, without a doubt, better overall transportation than its predecessor, especially when it comes to content and value. The AT4 offers a bit more ground clearance than the other trims. Combined with the unique bumper designs, approach, breakover, and departure angles are all improved over the other trims, coming in at 21.9, 19.2, and 23.1 degrees respectively. The Terrain's dual-pinion rack electric power steering system feels appropriately weighted and offers a good balance between being too light or burdened when making low-speed maneuvers. It does give a little feedback to the driver, which is nice, but like the chassis, it's not especially sporty feeling. The turning circle is 37.1 feet, and the overall ratio is 17:1. All trims have a wrapped steering wheel that feels nice in your hands. It's adjustable for tilt and reach. Unlike the new Equinox, the Terrain's Driver Information Center is not built into a common housing with the infotainment system. It's separated, while the infotainment system is a unique portrait-oriented style, which I'll talk about in just a bit. The Driver Information Center spans 11 inches diagonally and offers several different layouts. Using a button on the right side of the steering wheel, you can switch between the various layouts to suit your preference, including full-width navigation and driver assistance layouts. The system provides key vehicle information such as vehicle speed, fuel range, average fuel economy, trip odometer, warning icons, and more. Additional vehicle information such as powertrain and maintenance information can be found within the infotainment system. The new Terrain is powered by a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that develops 175 horsepower at 5,600 RPM. Depending on what transmission you have, the engine has different torque outputs. With the standard CVT and front-wheel drive, you get 184 pound-feet of torque. With the 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive, you get 203 pound-feet of torque. Both of those ratings peak between 2,000 and 4,800 RPM. The engine is built using aluminum for the block and head. It features dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, and direct fuel injection. Acceleration is nothing to write home about, with this all-wheel drive example managing to hit 60 miles an hour in about 9 seconds flat. It's perfectly adequate transportation that gets pretty good fuel economy and uses regular gas. EPA fuel economy estimates range between 24 miles per gallon in the city and 29 miles per gallon on the highway. During my week of driving, I averaged around 26 miles per gallon. The total fuel capacity with all-wheel drive is 15.6 gallons, and it's 14.8 gallons with front-wheel drive. An auto start-stop system is standard, but it can be deactivated by a button on the left side of the dash. The equipped transmission depends on what drivetrain you choose. Like I said, front-wheel drive vehicles are fitted with the CVT, while all-wheel drive vehicles are fitted with the 8-speed automatic. The CVT's primary focus is on efficiency maximizing by varying the transmission's ratio based on speed and power requirements. The 8-speed automatic is new, replacing the previous 6-speed automatic. In my opinion, being that I have not driven a Terrain with the CVT, I think the 8-speed with all-wheel drive is the best way to get the most out of this engine. It's responsive around town, shifting smoothly and quickly. Outright acceleration, of course, isn't going to excite the senses, but it certainly does the job. Passing maneuvers take a little more careful planning, but around town it felt peppy. The transmission is operated by an electronic shifter on the right side of the steering column. To engage drive, just pull the shifter towards you and down. Neutral is engaged by pulling the shifter towards you and holding it for a second. Reverse is engaged by pulling the shifter towards you and up. Park is engaged by a button on the end of the shifter. It's all pretty straightforward. Driver selectable modes are standard on all trims. They're accessed by a switch on the left side of the dash. You can select from Normal and Sport when equipped with front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive adds an off-road mode, while the AT4 adds that exclusive Terrain mode. The drive modes adjust power delivery, transmission behavior, and traction control systems to best handle the conditions at hand. It's also worth noting that the all-wheel drive system is selectable. The button to activate it is on the left side of the dash. Depending on the drive mode, the all-wheel drive system will automatically engage. The Terrain operates in front-wheel drive by default, so if you didn't need all-wheel drive, you can leave it off to decouple the rear axle for better efficiency. The Terrain is also trailering capable, with a maximum capacity of up to 1,500 pounds when equipped with all-wheel drive. With front-wheel drive, it drops to 800 pounds. The trailering package is included as standard on the AT4 and Denali. It includes the trailer hitch as well as hitch guidance with hitch view camera angles to assist with backing up. The Terrain's revamped interior conveys a more contemporary, spacious ambiance that, along with other recently introduced GMC crossovers and SUVs, puts a stronger focus on technology and user experience. In front of the driver is the 11-inch diagonal configurable driver information center. The interior's focal point, though, is a new 15-inch diagonal infotainment screen. It's the gateway to music, media, maps, and other connected services via Google built-in. It's also one of the best systems in this segment, in my opinion, offering excellent response, high-res graphics, and plenty of high-end features. The dashboard appears to be pulled further away, adding to a more spacious feeling interior. The new electronic column shifter allows a more open center console design. Storage space is abundant. The center console has a floating design, so there's a big open section underneath. Up top, there's a large tray beneath the infotainment system with USB-A and C ports, 2 cup holders, and a large compartment under the center armrest. You also have a generously sized glove box and broad lower door pockets. A wireless phone charger is available on the elevation and standard on the AT4 and Denali. Engaging tactile materials and decorative trim with coordinated textures are used in the seats, instrument panel, doors, storage areas, and more. Cloth upholstery is standard on the elevation, while perforated Cortec leatherette upholstery is available. The AT4's interior features a combination of cloth and Cortec upholstery and forest storm with mahogany accents. AT4 logos are stitched on the front headrests. The front seats are incredibly comfortable. An 8-way power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar is standard on the AT4, along with a 4-way manual passenger seat. Heated front seats are standard on all trims. A dual-zone climate control system is optional on the elevation and standard on the AT4 and Denali. Below the infotainment system, there's a bank of basic toggles for easy and quick adjustments of things like temperature and fan speed. More in-depth climate controls can be found within the infotainment system via the climate menu, where you can activate the heated and, if equipped, the ventilated front seats, change climate zones, and more. With the Convenience Package 3, you get a memory system for the driver, an 8-way power front passenger seat with 2-way lumbar, heated rear outboard seats, and ventilated front seats. The Technology Package 2 adds a rear camera mirror, an HD surround vision camera system, traffic sign recognition, rear pedestrian alert, and front LED fog lamps. The new 15-inch diagonal portrait-oriented infotainment system is very similar to the one I used in the new GMC Acadia I tested a while back. The user interface is excellent, featuring high-resolution graphics, capacitive touch, a physical volume knob, and practically no lag. It's straightforward and easy to use and find stuff, especially with the customizable displays. Up to 3 applications can be viewed simultaneously to showcase key information. Google built-in is standard, including things like Google Maps, Google Assistant, and Google Play. Google Assistant serves as your natural voice recognition and assistant system that allows you to operate many in-vehicle features hands-free. With Google Play, you have a vast library of apps that can be downloaded to the system and used just like you would on your smartphone. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Additional standard media options include your basic AM/FM radio, SiriusXM satellite radio, Bluetooth streaming, Google News, Spotify, Amazon Alexa, and USB connection. A 5G Wi-Fi hotspot is also included. The infotainment display can be divided up to show a combination of audio, navigation, and trip information. One interesting feature of these newer GM systems is the controls and safety menu, which has a focus on simplifying and cleaning up the interior. Within the menu, you can operate all of the vehicle's lighting, from headlamps and tail lamps to interior lights. Notice that there are no conventional lighting controls on the left steering column stalk or even the dashboard. In addition to the lighting controls, there's also a plethora of settings for the doors and windows, universal remotes, and certain driving features. While I was a little frustrated with this setup when I first used it a while back, I have come to appreciate it more for its simplicity and having so many vehicle systems grouped into one condensed menu. Although, I'm always going to be a fan of having some physical controls. Every Terrain comes standard with a suite of safety and driver assistance features. They include enhanced automatic emergency braking, forward collision alert, front pedestrian and bicyclist braking, a following distance indicator, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, IntelliBeam automatic high beam assist, side bicyclist alert, a rear vision camera, rear seat reminder, adaptive cruise control, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, enhanced automatic emergency braking, rear cross traffic braking, rear park assist, and enhanced lane keep assist. On the AT4, you also get heated outside mirrors, rain sense wipers, and a heated wiper park. As I mentioned, with the Technology Package 3, the rear vision camera is upgraded to an HD surround vision system that lets you see all around the vehicle. You also get rear pedestrian alert, traffic sign recognition, LED fog lamps, and a feature that allows parents to coach their new driver and instill safe driving habits, even when they're not there. From the infotainment system, parents can conveniently activate customizable vehicle settings and view their teen's driving performance. As far as airbags, all trims feature frontal airbags for the driver and front passenger, plus frontal and seat-mounted side impact airbags for the driver and front passenger, and head curtain airbags for the front and rear outboard seating positions. With the optional panoramic power sunroof, which spans the front and second row seats, you get a lot of natural light, which makes the cabin feel more open. The sunroof also includes a power sunshade that can filter light via the touch of a button. The rear seat in the new Terrain offers good accommodations for up to 3 people and a flat floor for plenty of wiggle room. There's 2 full-size adjustable headrests and a compact adjustable headrest in the middle. The rear seat is upholstered in each model's respective upholstery, carrying the theme seen in the front. The seat backrest can't be reclined, but it already has a nice rake to it. It can be folded for extra cargo space. The release for the backrest is over your shoulder, adjacent to the headrest. Child seat anchors are included. The seat has good padding overall and is very comfortable. I'm 5 foot 10 inches and I did not have any issues with space. I had plenty of room left over, both head and leg space. The fold-down center armrest is standard and features 2 cup holders. Soft touch padding on the door panels mirrors what's seen in the front and brings some added niceness to the rear. USB-C charge outlets can be found in the back of the center console. I really like how GMC included the rear seat air vents too, ensuring rear passengers can stay comfortable even with the ambient temperature extremes. Like I mentioned, heated rear outboard seats are optional. On the AT4, they're included with the Convenience Package 3. Overhead, you have grab handles, coat hooks, reading lights, and microphones for the hands-free phone system. Storage space includes seat back pockets and lower door pockets. For additional convenience, the AT4 in Denali comes standard with a hands-free power liftgate that makes it easier to load cargo if your arms are full. Instead of having to wave your foot under the bumper, the new AutoSense gate operates simply by approach. At the rear of the vehicle, with your key fob in your pocket or hand, stand within a few feet of the bumper, and a sensor will detect your presence, automatically opening the liftgate. The Elevation's liftgate is manual as standard, but it too can be had with the power liftgate. Behind the rear seat, you have 29.8 cubic feet worth of cargo space. Underneath the cargo floor, you have a temporary spare tire, all of the necessary change-in equipment, and additional storage. If you really wanted to open up the cargo area, especially for taller items, the cargo floor can be removed entirely so you can take full advantage of the large compartment underneath. The rear seat is a 60-40 split design that, when folded, expands cargo space to a maximum of 63.5 cubic feet. Cargo hooks can be found on the side panels if additional securing is needed. There's also LED lighting on either side to illuminate the area at night. GMC offers numerous options for the trunk, including cargo mats and liners, a collapsible cargo organizer, and a cargo privacy cover. Well everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like down below because it really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing that as well and make sure those notifications are on. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.